What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Dub Digital, crypto news, macro trends. Give me a subscribe if you appreciate the content. I'm trying to bring you crypto content every single day, but the homie was moving, so please forgive me. We're about to get right into it because I looked away for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, y'all. I see that crypto's bleeding and my homies might need me. So I hopped up on the handy dandy laptop to make this video for y'all to talk about some of the coins that I'm looking to pick up on the cheap, and also update you on some of the coins that we typically follow. Let's get it. Alright, y'all, we're on the BTC USD pair. Let's get it. Why are we checking this chart first? Well, guys, if you're new to crypto, I say it all the time. Bitcoin is the god market of cryptocurrency. Whether you like it, whether you don't, an asset with more liquidity within it is more stable overall because there's more money in it to keep it up. If you're going out into the fringe altcoin forest, picking up all these magical altcoins, trying to get a Lambo out of nothing, what goes up fast comes down fast. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. We gotta look at Bitcoin, see which direction is headed because it is foretelling for typically where the rest of the crypto market is headed. So check it out, guys. We've been monitoring Bitcoin pretty extensively since the March 2020 crash when oil went negative, and we talked about how macro forces influence all market sectors, even cryptocurrency that's supposed to be uncorrelated. Why? Because it has more money within it. Think about markets like gravity, but big things attract things. That's all you got to know. Stock market dropped down, pulled down crypto, pulled down Bitcoin. The strongest crypto went down about 55%. So guys, we've had pretty sizable drops in Bitcoin. The first one occurring in March 2020, about 55%. The second major one was beginning of September, about 15%. For the last 35 days, we have been essentially ranging up and down 10% or so, give or take. Notice the volume has been declining ever since that big crash in March of 2020. So we have declining volume and the price of Bitcoin has been grinding up. So this is a divergence in my mind. Not saying that Bitcoin can't do something totally spectacular, shoot up when everyone thinks it's going down. Bitcoin has a history of doing that, guys. Decline in volume, increase in price. Doesn't seem like a authentic price action in my opinion. Guys, look, you just have to understand the risk you're taking in getting into a move at this time. Yes, there might be upside potential that no one's expecting, but there could also be downside. And in my mind, preserving my capital at this critical point in time, wealth is evaporating out of everywhere. There's two parts of making money. One, making money. Two, keeping money. Most people are good at one, they really bad at two. So let's talk about the negative scenario here, that this thing just kind of grinds up, runs out of steam. Imagine the thing just keeps bleeding out and gets to this apex that this thing's forming here, and no significant volume comes in. No big buyer comes in to save the day on Bitcoin. This thing can drop 7% down to the resistance area that I've identified in the dotted line here. Keeps going through the yellow area, that's 15%. Keeps going down, that's 27%. And I don't think it will go any further down than 30% or so. That would be very oversold in my opinion. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Y'all are adults. I'm just a dude on the internet. If you recognize how things can go bad and prepare for them, you'll probably find out most people don't prepare for them. And if you did have some money on the side and you got that killer mentality and that's the kind of investor you are, maybe your patience can be rewarded with a discount on some BTC, that king crypto baby. Because guys, what this is looking more and more to me is this: an A, B, C correction, or wherever this C ends, right? It could be in between any of these points that I identified. I'll just put it here just so you guys can start seeing and get ready for a mental picture to occur if something like this did happen. Everything that goes down doesn't stay down forever. Everything that goes up doesn't stay up forever. Everything reverts back to the mean. As macro investors, investing over long spans of time, not caring about the 1 day, the 1 hour, the 5 minute, we're not day traders here. We are looking at how these things are setting up over years, over decades. And I think what all this was, all this chaos from the beginning of 2020 to towards the end of it, was a one wave. And then there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot more on that move. Not financial advice, guys. All right, guys, we talked about Bitcoin, King BTC. Now it's time to talk about the King altcoin, Ethereum, the biggest ecosystem in cryptocurrency with a bunch of coins wrapped up on top of it. It's kind of like a canary in the coal mine for the altcoin market because it's the biggest. So where it goes, everyone follows. You dig? So guys, let's do a quick recap here. Ethereum has been pretty much underperforming for the last year plus. Okay, 481 days. Not killer, not stellar in its performance for that period of time, but no cryptos work. Ethereum dropped dropped approximately 20% or so, and then we've been grinding up since then. What I want to show you is this. Yeah, Ethereum killed it over the period of July to September. Ethereum was on fire. But guys, if you're not watching the macro time frames, long spans of time, you wouldn't see this macro head and shoulders forming. This thing has fell approximately 12% or so, where a very critical support line, which is keeping Ethereum from falling to its death. We got a really nice rounded shape here, guys. It's nice and round, like a balloon. What that indicates, a rounding of a pattern, means that the buyers are losing steam compared to the sellers, right? Buyers were in control. Big shot up, big shot up, big shot up, big sell, big sell, big sell. And guys, just look at the image and see the momentum. Play it out in your head. Try to understand what's happening from the buy and the sell side, and it helps you understand, okay, yeah, the buyers got tired here. Almost looks like a dead cat bounce, and it happened right here at the support line, guys. Check out the volume, declining price, sitting right above a critical support area. No real other support than 6% below, and below that it's 20%. So we could look at a possible 20% drop in Ethereum. James, what the heck? I thought you said this thing was going to the moon. Crypto's forever. Lambo, moon time, man. Come on, chill out, man. Gosh, it's a process here. And if you're new to crypto, I guess you're just not really used to the timetables. These things have been playing out for years. If you didn't know, I've been in this game for 7 years. So patience is a big part of this game. And without patience, I wouldn't be able to be in the game still. I don't really preach trading per se. I understand some technicals. I understand the fundamentals and how markets move. But more importantly, I really watch my portfolio, my Bitcoin altcoin ratio, y'all. You can check out one of my videos that talk about that. So what does this mean, guys? What does this mean? Well, perhaps, just perhaps, this whole thing that played out over the course of 2 months, 3 months, whatever, 4 months, was just a resistance support flip, right? Because before that time, guys, starting in July 2019, Ethereum had been ranging underperforming, in my opinion, oversold for like a year. Then, right at the apex of this triangle that had formed, boom, shot up, went up 54%, just like an asset that would be suppressed for a year would do. And if we come back down and fall down, yes, if you bought up here, you do feel bad. But if you zoom out, you understand it's just a natural process of how markets move and how buyers get confidence in those price moves. My yellow area here begins at 31,000 Satoshis, and the red area here starts at 29,000 Satoshis. The bottom of the red area here is 26,000 Satoshis. Do you feel me? So if you feel like picking up some Ethereum, personally, I would wait. I would wait for the cheap discount, because guys, you can make money buying the fear if you have the stomach for it, rather than trying to predict price explosions. And guys, I'm not a huge fan of momentum trading because, one, I'm not that great at it. Two, I'm much better at managing my capital over long spans of time. All right, guys, we got Wanchain here. Wandalorians, Wandalore, shout out. Let's get it. I know it's been looking a little nasty, but again, guys, this is a big old drop that we had. 98%, I think. Just remember, every action has an equal opposite reaction, and this looks like an eye of a needle if I ever seen one myself, guys. All right, guys, so let's zoom up on this area that we've been monitoring for the past, I don't know, 2 months or so. Okay, guys, it's been a wild ride. We went up about 118% since we've been monitoring this asset, then it dropped 54%. Just highlights, guys. Think of things in terms of concepts as universal laws that dictate through physics and through charting. Every action has an equal opposite reaction. If you see an asset explode up high and fast, the asset has showed its nature to you. It's exposed itself to you. It said that I go hard, I go fast, I don't go down soft, no soft stuff for me. Listen to the asset. Plan your profit taking accordingly. Guys, if you follow my channel, you know I'm not really here to convince you guys to get into investments. Wanchain is one of those. Cross-chain DeFi. About to release a lot of stuff. WAN swap. Super excited about it. All I hear is bullish news, but I just seen this bearish sentiment and it makes me go crazy. I bought Wanchain all over the place, guys. I bought it here, I bought it here, I bought it here, I bought it here. And you know what? If it drops farther, I'm gonna buy some more. Why? Because I have conviction in the asset. I've done the due diligence. I've done the research. And that gives me conviction to continue to invest into a move even when it gets scary. Maybe, guys, what you are lacking in your portfolio management is conviction in your assets. So what do I see for Wanchain here, guys? Well, look, similar resistance support flip, just very exaggerated. Huge move, 100+% up, big drop down. Wick below, came up above, and a small pump up. Now we gotta watch what happens with this volume, guys, because this volume has been drying out. We're sitting right there at a support line. We drop back here and we can grind down even farther. And the reason, guys, I'm taking a bearish stance on all this, even even when I have a whole bunch of videos hyping this stuff up, is because one, I really do believe it, and two, macro environment, macro factors influence crypto. Just look at crypto, you'll never understand. Stock market's on the edge, elections coming up, the debates suck, guys. All this rattles big money, rattles investors. They get scared. They start selling things. Wanchain looks like a ROI that I could get behind, guys. Wanchain looks like a rocket that I could ride up. You just gotta believe in it as things go down, and you do the research, and you know it's a solid asset. Things also go up. OXT Army, I haven't done a video for y'all in a while. I gotta fit you in here. Check it out. OXT has been doing a lot of what I thought it would do. Remember last video, guys? I plotted out this fractal. Well, I kept it on the chart here just to see how it plays out. I haven't moved a thing, and this should go to show you that geometry repeats over and over and over again in charting. It's kind of weird, but remember, I had circled this area here claiming that it reminded me of this area that was playing out here. Very uncharacteristic, shot up, then I just overlaid that previous. You can see that the price action has been mirroring pretty well here. Probably looking at the end of October to grind a little lower here and repeat what it did previously. This is gonna be a doozy if it plays out. We're looking at 300% or so. This previous one was 300 to 400. Let's see, 300%. But why do markets move like this, up and down, up and down? I don't get it. I just want to make my money and get out. Well, guys, if that was that easy, everyone would do it. And everyone to be rich, right? This is a skill you must learn and you must hone, and most of it is emotional. So to me, OXT is looking pretty good. Let's just throw the fib retracement on it because it got me a little interested. This thing is below the 0.78.6 fib. This is considered pretty oversold in my opinion, but it might go lower, and for that reason, I'm trying to get on the cheap. Honestly, it could, but may not fall another 20-something%. Another 10% down, you might see me as a buyer of OXT, depending on how everything looks. But again, we gotta assess the macro environment at that time, because there might be more fat to cut off of that pig in terms of price. You feel me? I'm looking potentially to get into OXT around 2,200 satoshis approximately. Not financial advice. All right, guys, we got RSR, reserve rights, one of the craziest, most profitable altcoins that I've held in my portfolio this cycle. If you give something a chance and it proves you right, it's earned your trust. It's more earned your trust than an asset that has not yet, right? So when you think of it that way, this asset's treated you good, so treat that asset good. Not financial advice. So guys, RSR is something I'm looking to maybe get back into. I made my money off it already, and I want to get some out. RSR had been respecting this trend line all the way from June to August, then it went up big time, blew off, boom. Beginning of September, fell, and this fall has been pretty sustained, and its fall fell about 70%. This thing has done a crazy move. These fib retracements just help you visualize, dang, this thing went up hard, went down hard. So in terms of volume, guys, we don't see any big uptick of volume because the market is so undecided right now in terms of the stock market, in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of Ethereum, in terms of everything, in terms of politics. The ground under all the investors in the world is still moving, so people are hesitant to move and to make actions here. You do see, however, that there's been green candles coming in. These are people buying. Wow, charts do have memory, don't they? We're right back on there. Is this a resistance support flip? Can this thing fall lower? Yeah, it can fall significantly lower. It probably grind down similar to what it's doing before. Maybe, I don't even want to say 50%, but that's where, dang, that's the bottom of the fib. I wouldn't expect something that deep, but I probably expect something in between. I want to see something rounding out, and when I start seeing that rounding out, I understand that other people in the market also agree and concur that this asset is undervalued, and I can feel more confident in getting into the move. Do you see a lot of my things and a lot of things I do are to ensure me in my confidence, to get my mind 100% on board, because when scary things happen, I've already made my mind up that this is a good investment for me to be in. I don't change my investment thesis now. I'm not going to change it later based on just how I feel. I got to see evidence. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today on this update. Want to give you a little idea of what I'm looking at in terms of how I attack the market when I see big drops. I get really excited when I see big drops because it means my favorite cryptos are cheaper. Makes sense to me. But hey, it's okay if you guys think I'm crazy. It's okay if you think I'm a uber perma bull. It's okay, because I know how long these cycles take to play out. But if you can last the length of time, typically they reward the people who are faithful. Give me a subscribe if you appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Dub Digital, crypto news, macro trends. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.